the enemy. Throw your hands up if you feel the same. Oh, living life at the edge. Just say what you want to say. Walk away. I'll stand tall when there's hell to pay. Ain't no power higher with the outlaws and outsiders. Outlaws and outsiders.
And guys, welcome back to another great Friday on the Angels and Outlaws show. And Canadian Mist. And we have special guests straight from Texas himself, Tejano Grammy Award winner, Mr. Michael Salgado. How you doing, Michael?
I'm good. How y'all doing today?
Oh, we're doing great now that you're here. I mean, you're gonna break our network.
Well, thanks for the invite, man. Appreciate
No
it.
problem. I mean, you're a local fan. We've been a fan. I've been a fan of you since diapers, man. We've been playing since I
Damn.
was. Yeah, it was old. That's when Palomita Blanca was out. That's how old.
Oh,
Yeah.
yeah. That's the 90s hit right there.
Yo, that Chachita and Lord knows what else.
Yeah. The few out there.
I don't know, but my all-time favorite song will still and always be Otra Vez en la Cantina.
Yeah, it's one of the favorites. Por ahí la raza, ¿no? Siempre otra vez a la cantina. I did that originally al estilo mariachi, and now I think it's been about a couple of years ago, we recorded it con la acordeón, no? But it came out great like that as well. People continue to request it, and of course we've been doing some live now that, as you know, everybody knows we're quarantined right now, and with the coronavirus and everything going on in these times, we've been doing some live shows, you know, and actually got a live show tomorrow night at 7:00 Central Time. And of course, they always ask for that song, Otra Vez en la Cantina, and a lot of other hits coming up as well.
Yeah, I mean, wow. So, ladies and gentlemen, if you're watching out there, go check him out live. You know, he don't bite.
That's right. Just don't get too close, man.
Yeah, don't ask for pictures porque no van a hacer pictures.
Yeah, it might. That's probably gonna be the new rule now, right? I mean, that's something we always did, and you know, had contact with the fans. But now with these troubled times, but you know, it's gonna be kind of difficult to do. But right now, it's kind of uncertain what's going to happen. You know, I mean, they talked about June or July, but you know, it's really nothing certain out there as far as when the clubs are going to open, and I think here recently with what's gone on in the kind of the soft openings, there's been a lot more cases going on, so I think it may prolong a little longer.
I don't know. I think the majority of the people are so full of shit that, I mean, they're just not thinking. They're okay. They say the government says, okay, we're going to put you in a box and that's it. But you can't think outside the box because, I mean, you can get ticketed, end up in jail. So, I mean, they're just controlling your everyday now.
Right. Pretty much. I mean, you know, it's just, I mean, and some people are kind of doing their own thing. I mean, everybody's got their own, like they say, cada cabeza es un mundo, no? So, but everybody kind of does what they want to do, and, you know, kind of have to deal with those circumstances. But, you know, for now, I mean, I got my little girls, you know, and my family, and so we're just kind of try to do what is necessary to stay safe and stay healthy.
So, I mean, this is actually a perfect time for you to get a little practice in, do a little soul searching for some new music.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, right now, you know, I've got a new song. It's entitled Vente Ya. It's kind of those beer drinking type of songs. Canciones así llegadoras, ¿no? And so, you know, that's out right now on all my platforms. You can download it today. If you like those beer drinking type of feel type of song, make sure to download that one. Of course, we've got the cumbias that came out prior to that, which is on the platforms titled Esto es Cumbia. And there's 3 cumbias on it, which is esa chica me trae, pero no, and si tú me dejaras. And right now we're working on a new project that'll be coming out with about 7 songs here in the near future. Hoping to do some recording, some videos, because kind of everything we do right now is more digital download and social media. So we kind of have to go that avenue since we're not able to do any live performances at shows right now.
Pues, I can't believe it. I'm going to say this, but my mom says hi. She just messaged me. She's like, I can't believe he's actually there. She thought I was lying. I was like, no, I'm not lying. I was like, he's really here. And yes, I did tell him that we are family to Ricky Ama, and he knows Ricky very well.
No, saludos to your mom, and glad she's listening por ahí. Saludos.
Oh yeah, well half of Carrizo Springs is listening to you, man.
All right. Saludos para toda la raza por allá, ¿no? Carrizo Springs, lo que es Uvalde, lo que es what is it, Castroville, Hondo, all those areas. Saludos. Everybody who's listening right now, pues un saludo especial to everybody. Eh?
That's right. A little shout out to everybody out there in Texas. So, again, ladies and gentlemen, if you got questions for Mr. Michael Salgado, don't be shy. Hit the chat room. Hit me up on YouTube or whatever. We got everything shown. We got questions up the yin-yang. So, feel free to ask.
Yeah, remember, guys, we're going to be going live tomorrow on my Facebook and on YouTube. My YouTube channel is under Official Michael Salgado, so make sure to go by there and subscribe as well. But we'll be doing the live tomorrow, 7 o'clock Central Time. If you're listening from wherever you're listening, may not be Central Time. Just make sure to join us at 7 o'clock Texas time, and we're going to be doing all the hits tomorrow. Some of the new songs as well, and probably some country. I've got some, of course, Honky Tonk Antina's Hell of a Memory, Honky Tonk Education. We've got a couple of new songs that I'm working on too. That one's kind of a love feel type of song, and
kind of like a little George Strait or maybe a little Texas country. We're talking like maybe Randy Rogers. Love.
Well, man, it's hard for me to tell. Like, I can't really tell what's Texas country, what's, traditional country. It's just kind of, I know it's country, so you guys can put it in the category
like David,
you want.
Like David Farias, It's Over country. I know you know that one. Everybody knows that one down here.
I don't think I've heard that one, man.
Oh, man, that's like one of the originals. Actually, that was his brother's song. I don't really know his brother's name, but yeah. Ladies and gentlemen, our condolences go out to David Farias and his family. If you don't know, now you're gonna know. His dad just passed away naturally, of course, not due to COVID-19. So condolences out to him and his family. Definitely. So if you need to hit him up on Facebook or whatever, go for it. Just let him know. Don't photo bomb him. Let the family grieve originally like they should.
Definitely condolences to the Farias family, parte por ahí Michael Salgado, and all my guys as well. Un saludo para ellos.
So since the 90s, Michael, how's the music been treating you?
Been good, thank God. Gracias a Dios, we're still, before the COVID-19 virus came around, we were working steady, and pues gracias a Dios, all the hits as well. We've had a few, thank God, and from Cruz de Madera, Palomita, Cinea, Chatita, Media Vuelta, Sangre de Rey, Otra vez a la Cantina. All these songs that have come out throughout the years, we've been able to pretty much, maintain with all those hits. We've got a lot of new material coming out, and a lot more good things coming in the future. So, gracias a Dios, but we've been able to stay working and stay busy, and now with all the, the digital that's come along, all the platforms, that's what people are doing now, It's, everything moves fast, and people want to download their songs and listen to what they want right away. So, we kind of adapted to that, all my music is now under all the platforms. So everything that's coming out goes there, and so people are able to download the music, and so that definitely helps in these times, of uncertain times of not being able to perform. You're still able to receive some revenue on that side.
That's
Mm-hmm.
that's actually really good. You started off with Ramirez Records, right? Or is it Freddie?
Now it was Joey Records at first, back in it was like '94, and that's when I did the album Cruz de Madera, and I had actually started with them some couple years prior, and nothing really happened. We started with them around '89, '90. Nothing really happened. It just wasn't our time, wasn't my time yet, and before that we had performed bars like for probably 8 years. I mean, I started with my dad when I was about 14. As far as a band, I mean, I was always singing with my dad since I was about 8 years old. But we used to do it at home. My dad was always the type person that had his guitar, and always, still now, una persona que le gusta la música. And so he always had his guitar, and I was always there, by him como chicle, pegado ahí. And,
Are we all at that age?
yeah, and so I wanted to always be there and wanted to sing. And I remember going on stage with him when I was probably 9 years old back in the day in West Texas. And when I was 14, 15, I was always asked myself, even at that age, like, what do I want to do in life? And I was like, do I want to be, do I want to go to the military? Do I want to be a doctor, lawyer? And it was always music for me. I guess I could have done anything I wanted to put my mind to, but, I just put my mind to music. And I knew, we were doing bars and everything, but I was like, back then I said, we need to record and so people can hear us and, and kind of, take that next step. And so that's what we did. We started recording in '89 up to about 90, 92, 93, and nothing really happened. We kept playing. And actually around 94, I said, I'm going to do it this last year. And if nothing happens, I'm going to go ahead and do something else. At the time, I was working construction, right? So special hello to all those construction guys out there working. Un saludo para ellos. My hat's off to you guys. And so I was working and playing. And so, we finally recorded Cruz de Madera. And I remember it was like probably late 94, right? And it came out, it was out in November. And then around March or April, the label called me and said, hey, Michael, I don't think you're going to have to work anymore. And I was like, well, that's one less thing to worry about. But, the Cruz de Madera started hitting, everywhere. And they needed me to start doing radio tours and promoting the song and autographs and all these things. And so it just started taking off, and it just, you're talking a West Texas boy, lived on a farm and working construction. And then all of a sudden, these known acts were like, well, who's this guy? Came out of nowhere. And so it was crazy, being able to perform with all these guys that were already well known. And it was quite an experience for us. To take all that in. We had, out San Antonio area, we were doing, first time we did Cruz de Madera there, we had about 3,000 or 4,000 people there. And I think it was Tejano Rodeo at the time. And so just a lot of venues, that did really well with the song. And we were kind of shocked that people knew all the songs of the album, and they were singing every song in the crowd. And it was a great feeling, from playing in the bars to the bar days to going to this kind of different, audience. It was really great. But, I think that without doing the bars, we would have never appreciated what we have today. And you got to go through the hard times, to appreciate the great times.
Yeah. So, yeah. So, at what age, Michael, did you, learn how to play the accordion? Desde chiquillo or, gradually?
I was probably about, I don't know, I started messing with it about, I was probably around 15 or so, because I started with my dad playing the bass. And so I played that a while. My dad played the accordion. And even back then I was like, well, I want to be the front guy. I don't want to sing. Because I was always kind of lead vocal with my dad, but I always saw the guys that would play, like one of my biggest influences, aparte de mi padre, apart from my dad, he was my biggest influence. But artist-wise, with Ramon Ayala, and
Yeah.
so, I always saw those guys. I'm like, well, he plays the accordion, kind of a front guy. And so that's what I wanted to do, And so I started picking up the accordion there at home, and I'd mess with it a little, and I would listen to Los Relámpagos or Ramon Ayala, and then that's how I started learning the song. So when I started picking up the song really fast, I would show because at the time my uncles were playing, my dad's brothers were playing in the band too, and I was like, hey, would check out, I learned this song, and after a while they would tell my dad, but won't you let him play the accordion, because my dad was, él tocaba lo que toca, no,
Uh-huh.
He played real simple stuff, he didn't play, he wasn't the type that would learn the song the way it went. He just kind of did what he did, and once I started learning the songs, I would kind of play them the way they went, and so my uncles kind of liked that, and they were like, "Well, hey, tell your dad." Over here they whisper to me, "Tell your dad to let you play the accordion, man." And so after a while, that's kind of what happened. My dad kind of let me go in the accordion. He saw I was learning everything pretty fast, and it's crazy. I mean, back then, I don't know that I can do it now, but back then when I was young, when you're young, your mind is fresh, and everything's like a magnet, and so I would learn 2 or 3 songs a week, and my uncles were like, "Well, how do you learn the song so fast?" I said, "I don't know." But so we'd play a different song every week, and that's kind of how I started on the accordion. And I wasn't like great at it, but I just kind of started a little at a time, and started picking up more as time went by. I got a little bit more experience, and gracias a Dios, now I guess I've been doing it. It's probably been.
You probably could do it in your sleep.
Yeah, probably so. But I guess I've been playing it now about 25 years. So,
what do you prefer, the keys or the button?
Well, I've always played keys because that's what my dad played at home, right? Mm-hmm. So I never experienced the button. I think that I've always been curious to play the button, but I'm like, well, I can play in keys what people play in buttons. So I'm like, well, I guess because I can play the same style, I guess, I don't really go toward the button anymore. But
yeah,
I've thought about getting one someday, just kind of mess with it. But I guess I've been playing this one so long. I guess if I want to pick up a song, I can pretty much do it on the piano accordion. So
yeah,
and there's a lot of guys who play button, and they're like, man, when you play button, just like it sounds kind of like, you play piano, kind of sounds like a button, and so. So I just kind of stuck with that because I think that's, what was at home. So that's kind of what I learned.
Yeah, we got a question, Michael. I know you're coming out with a new album and everything, and you got new songs out, but, after all of this, do you plan on just, continuing making new music and new albums as you go until, you retire?
Well, definitely, definitely. I think retirement is probably down the road still for me, God willing, and hopefully I stay, well in health and all that, primero Dios. And so if that happens, we're going to continue working and making new music. And my goal too is to kind of break in the country market, and try to do that as well. And that's why I continue to do my country. And I'm even thinking about doing a couple of songs al estilo mariachi that I've got in mind, some songs right now. And because people, I think since Otra de la Cantina, people have always kind of enjoyed my mariachi stuff as well. And so my goal is to do one day is to do a show kind of, maybe 45 minutes of my accordion, maybe another 45 minutes mariachi, another 45 minutes country. It's going to be like a, 2 or 3 hour show. And
sign me up front row porque yo sí voy bien pedo, pero I'll be there for sure.
So, no, but that's kind of our goal, right? Trying to see, before this happened, we were trying to see what promoters or casinos might be interested in a show like that, right? Because, the only, disadvantage for me is I'm going to be singing all that time, right? There's going to be a longer set for me, but you're talking, pues canciones como Cruz de Madera, pues I'm going to be doing with the band, and then I'll go to do mariachi, some of my other songs, and then I'll do country with a country band, right? And do all my country stuff. So I just, I don't know, I still don't know how it's going to intertwine because, I got country, and then that's a different audience, and you got accordion, and that's a different audience. So,
Yeah.
I don't know if it's gonna mix or not. We'll see.
No, nomás ponlos bien pedo. Put the beer at $2 y se van solos.
Voila.
But we got a question right now, Michael. They're
Okay.
asking based off on yours, which is called a little bit, like Johnny Ramirez used to call it, cumbia tejana. A lot of people call it, Texas norteño. To you, do you feel that if Texas norteño is like a little bit off of norteño in general, like Los Tigres del Norte?
Right. Well, yeah. I mean, there's different. There's a different sound. But my music right now caters to two. I would say two audiences, right? Tejano, norteño, because I can do a show. And Tejanos there from Guadalajara, Jalisco, de Zacatecas, de Monterrey. So I'm able to cater to two audiences. I mean, I consider my music un poco más norteña, ¿no? Pero así, norteño así tipo Ramón Ayala, ¿no? And, you got Tigres que sí es más norteño, ¿no? And so, but I think that we can cater to both audience. Like I can cater to Tigres audience, like I can cater to, La Mafia audience, right? So that's a great thing about, I guess, the kind of style I'm in. I'm gonna cater to two audiences, so that makes for a better, bigger show. And because we always run into that everywhere we go, you got raza. I mean, puede estar lleno de raza, right? And then somebody says, "Hey, honky tonk cantinas," and so I'm like,
Should I?
Yeah, I'm going.
I don't know.
I'm like, well, I don't know if I should do it because I might get shot here, but I don't know, but we do it anyways, and people, you got different audience, so we cater to both, and even when we do así eventos así where it's donde hay raza mexicana y raza tejana, we cater to both, we play corrido para la raza, and we play acá, más cumbias or country for los tejanos, pero como digo, los tejanos y los mexicanos, they like my accordion music, in general, on both sides, pero it just depends, I guess, where you go, Los Ángeles es un poco más sereño, más banda, and norteño, pues it's a little tougher there, pero it just depends where you go. All in all, accordion cabe en todos lados, no? That's a great thing.
Yeah. So, I mean, before all this, happened, Michael, and they say the COVID-19, I mean, how many shows were you playing, like a week, maybe every month or so, or that one
before the COVID? You mean before the COVID?
Yeah, before it actually kicked off completely, before they sent everybody home.
Oh, we were already working. I mean, we work pretty much every weekend for the most part. Es muy raro que we'll probably have maybe 4 weekends open in the year. And pretty much all year we work, gracias a Dios. And we already had some dates. I think the last show I did was in Amarillo, 13th, I think it was, of March. And that's already kind of when the coronavirus was on the rise, right?
Yeah.
And we had a lot of shows and fiesta for San Antonio, some other cities. We had some shows in Belton, in Arlington. We had another festival. April was really busy already looking, May. And so all that kind of got rescheduled. Like we're actually going to do our fiesta shows for San Antonio that's normally in April. We're going to do them like in November.
Yeah.
So people be looking out for that because we had Palo Alto College we were supposed to do, and we had Fiesta downtown by the Market Square in San Antonio that we were supposed to do. So those are all going to move down to November. God willing, things are better then.
Yeah, I remember Fiesta very well. I used to see you play right there, the stage by Cattleman's Bar.
Yeah. So we're actually we were supposed to do this year in the alley between right there by Mi Tierra, in that area.
Yeah.
Where we were supposed to play this year. So we're probably going to do that. But if everything kind of clears up by November, we're probably going to be doing it in November. We've got a date. I just don't remember right now, but we already have a date down for that. And I know we have a church event in September out here. Can't remember what city out here outside of San Antonio too, but they're still debating whether that's going to happen or not in September.
September. It wouldn't be the one in Lytle, their church festival.
It might be, because I'm actually talking to Gabe Garcia. He's the one kind of involved there with that, helping me out with it.
That's, ladies and gentlemen, that is Lytle's very own Nashville star.
Yeah.
So, I mean, our next question is, Michael, from, on our YouTube page, I don't even know how this is possible, but they want to know if, your son still sings.
Yeah, he still sings. Right now, we're looking for some material for him to go in the studio. I talked to a good friend of mine, Joe, from Blue Cat Studio here in San Antonio. We normally record there, and so I actually texted him yesterday, and he said, right now we're still kind of shut down, but if it's something you really need, let me know. I said, don't worry about it. I mean, I just wanted to check and see. So we're really kind of, luckily, I've already got kind of an album put together, but right now we're kind of looking into some songs right now for my son. But he's kind of going kind of another, we might be doing something with him like Amor el Bote again. And so he's got one out right now. It's entitled Si Te Voy a Perder, but that one's a little bit more LA style, like con guitarras, kind of sereno. So it's a different style altogether. So that one he's got out on the platforms right now. But he'll come every now and then to the shows, and do some performances. He's got a little bit of material, so we're kind of trying to find the right song and trying to really find him a hit, before doing too much traveling for now.
So, I mean, our next question is, Michael, is based off on your country style music that you're trying to pick up into, are you thinking about going into more like classic country, like we're talking maybe like George Strait, Garth Brooks, Alan Jackson style, or more moderate, like how can I say, like Luke Bryan, Jason Aldean, Taylor Swift, and all them, how their style is?
Well, I think I'd be willing to try both, like they say in Spanish, un buen gallo en cualquier gallo no canta, ¿no? Entonces, I guess I would be willing to try, I'd be willing to try either, the modern country. I've even looked at, I've tried to listen to some of the modern stuff that there is today to kind of be, with what's going on with the younger crowd. But I do love the traditional country. I mean, that's just something I like to do. But, I'm still looking at, if I can find the right, modern type of song that I would like, I definitely would try it on the new country. I guess they call it new country. And so, I mean, I wouldn't mind trying it. I think if I find a song that I feel good singing, I would do it.
Yeah, and then, people are asking, do you do shows, down there by, Corpitos and surrounding areas como El Valle and stuff like that?
Definitely, we probably had some stuff scheduled and we had to reschedule all that. But yeah, we still do things in Corpus. Out there, Club Real is the only place I know out there that they do shows. And we had done a show out there before all this COVID-19. In the Valley, there was another place in Alamo, Texas, where they were starting to do shows out there too, that we did, I think, early on, maybe January. So, hopefully things open up again, be out there hitting those areas again, all over Texas, hopefully Arizona, California again, Washington, all these areas, Florida. Hope to get back out there soon.
Yeah, I mean, our producer's from Washington, D.C.
Oh, yeah?
I don't know, we can get any shows out there.
Definitely. I mean, anything's possible. And we had a private in North Carolina that scheduled for June, and he actually already moved it to November.
Yeah.
So I mean, I just think June is going to be still kind of soon. It's coming around the corner. And I actually talked to a gentleman today there was a gentleman who wanted to do some in June. I said, well, I really doubt anything's going to happen in June, but he's more the Seattle, Washington area. I said, maybe down the road we can do something, but I think June is still going to be kind of, too soon for shows.
Do you ever catch yourself, Michael, bored at the house, you just pick up el cordeon and start randomly going off? Que estás bien aburrido,
Oh yeah, I've come in here and grab the bajo or grab the accordion and work on some things. That's why we actually try to do the live every week, because it just kind of gets us out of our routine for a little while, and we kind of get to interact with the crowd. So, there's those days that I'm like, I go to bed and I'm thinking like, well, what am I going to do tomorrow? A lot of the same, whole lot of nothing, So it kind of gets, you get anxious sometimes, but it's just trying to make the best of it.
That's probably not a bad idea for a song. A whole lot of nothing.
Yeah.
There you go. See, you're brainstorming and not even trying.
I know.
But
a whole lot of nothing.
But all right, Michael, we're gonna go ahead and take our break, and then that way, if you need to get something to drink or whatever, you can go ahead.
All right, buddy.
So, guys, this is Junior Christina, special guest, Tejano Grammy Award winner, Michael Salgado, and you're on the Angel and Outlaw show. We'll be back after this short break.
All right, I'll be right back. What the memories bring.
Honky-tonks and cantinas, I feel right at home in either. Long legs and tequila can make a bad memory gone. A two-stepping senorita can walk into your heart and heal you. Honky-tonks and cantinas, my other home away from home. You can get a little sideways listening to George Strait and how he's just a troubadour. Or hear the mariachis play sad song about yesterday. She don't love you anymore. Honky-tonks and cantinas, I feel right at home in either. Long legs and tequila can make a bad memory gone. A two-stepping senorita can walk into your heart and heal you. Honky-tonks and cantinas, my other home away from home. Nothing like getting down, listening to that Texas sound, twin fiddles and accordion, killing time with friends in low places, having rounds flirting with the waitress, till that neon moon is gone. Honky-tonks and cantinas, I feel right at home in either. Long legs and tequila can make a bad memory gone. A two-stepping senorita can walk into your heart and heal you. Honky-tonks and cantinas, my other home honky-tonks and cantinas, my other home away from home. They say time can erase all life's mistakes, hoping that they're right. Left her crying at home, all alone, one too many times. What goes around comes around. She's gone and I'm finding out. I used to be. No matter what I do right, she can't forgive what I've done wrong. It came to life and she set me free, and it still got a hold on me. My old used to be, it's got one hell of a memory. Long dark hair, perfect smile, and deep blue eyes. Looking back, how could I have been so blind? She was my heaven here on earth. Guess I'm getting what I deserve. Done wrong. It came to life and she set me free, and it still got a hold on me. My all used to be, it's got one hell of a memory. My all used to be, it's got one hell of a memory.
Gotta love those songs right there. Those are the ballroom dancing kind of music.
Yeah, they told me when I recorded that one, a friend of mine, I don't know if you're familiar with him. His name is Rick Orozco. Actually, he wrote that song. He wrote Honky Tonk Cantinas with some other writers as well. And he told me when he went to produce that one you just played, he said that the guys had told him that they enjoyed doing it because it was real traditional, and they don't really get to do that kind of stuff anymore. But so that one's a little bit more traditional country than actually honky tonks is.
Oh, maybe during the Medina County Fair, Michael, we can convince them to bring you in, because I'm tired of listening to these country singers that they bring from College Station, man. We need some good music. I know that, last year they brought a couple bands. They were like, yeah, they bring a big old crowd at College Station. Okay, that's College Station.
Right.
You live in a town where I want to say 75% of the population, their last name is hard to pronounce if we don't speak Spanish. Right. So you need someone to bring the people in.
Right. Right.
The year before that, I mean, the man is old as hell, but is talented as hell. They brought Flaco Jimenez. Could you imagine the crowd that this town had? We had people from towns we couldn't even pronounce.
Wow.
You know, and I was like, you know, I was thinking right now, you know, we bring Michael Salgado to a little bitty rinky-dinky town like ours, and that'll be a Medina County fair that they wouldn't even expect.
Yeah, it'd be a good one, man. Hopefully they reach out to us.
Oh no, I'm gonna tell him. I know him. I know the guy in charge of the music. Hey, contact this guy.
Yeah. Definitely.
We had the Crazy Pimps.
Yeah,
Right?
we had the Crazy Pimps. We had Flaco Jimenez. I mean, last year we had what's his name? Forget his name, but he's an older Tejano singer.
Yeah.
He's like maybe
Are you
late.
talking about the one your dad said? Or likes?
No, my dad actually likes conjunto Romo. He likes conjunto music. That's his deal.
Okay. Right.
Which is like a big difference. I don't even know, Michael. You ever thought about, you know, getting into like the conjunto kind of scene, maybe a few songs?
Not really, to be honest with you. And nothing against it. You know, it's just a different style for me. I just kind of grew up more with the, como digo, ese estilo de kind of the Ramon sound, the Relámpagos, that type of stuff. And that's kind of what always worked for me, those feel type of songs, you know, that style. And so, yeah, it'd be kind of hard for me to go the other way.
The other side of Texas.
Right. Yeah, I mean, I know some friends of mine that grew up in kind of the same city in West Texas, and they kind of do that conjunto stuff. I don't know if you've heard of them, los Marcieles, Marciel Chapa. They're kind of, you know, more kind of a local band. And I remember I used to go watch them play, man, when I was young. And so they're called los Marcieles, and so they do a little bit more conjunto style.
That's pretty good now. I mean, the big question is, you know, everybody wants to know, you know, did your first couple albums, you know, did that like pique you and be like, you know what, I could do this for the rest of my life? Or, you know, eventually as you know, went down your music career, you're like, you know, maybe I want to like slow down a little bit?
No, I mean, for me, it was always, you know, definitely was a shocker, right? When Cruz Amaya came out and it just blew up, and you know, it was, to take all that in was crazy, you know, because we came from the bar days where we were playing to, you know, 50 people, 100 people, and to go to that kind of audience was like a shocker for us. I mean, it was, so, you know, for me, I just never thought about that. I guess we just kept doing what we were doing and still doing, you know, the same. Just, this is what I love to do, and I guess I wouldn't have it any other way, you know. Because back in the day, I thought, when I was younger, I thought about going to the military, right?
Yeah.
And I just kind of, you know, went the music way, and I've even thought about being a chef at one time or other, right? But you know, that's totally another, you know, another type of career. But you know, it all goes back to the music for me, and it just, that's what I've known all my life. And I guess I don't think of it that way, as far as, well, you know, I mean, you got these hits, and now we've been able to stay working, and now we just have so many hits that just kind of helps maintain as well. You know, I mean, you can pretty much play an hour or two and just play all hits. And
you can play like the first 5 albums of yours, and that is the dance floor yet, no?
Yeah, so, you know, that's what's great, is you get to play all the hits, and that's what we like to do. You know, like here in these last, you know, months and last year, that before this COVID came around, you know, that's what I do. I perform a lot of the hits in the shows, because, you know, that's what people want to hear. I mean, you can go see an artist, you want to hear hits. You don't want to hear, you know, it's okay to throw in a new song here and there, but I think people want to hear the hits. I mean, if I'll go see an artist, I want to hear his hits, you know. So, and so I just kind of put myself in the position of a fan, what they might want to hear. And still, there's some songs that they'll ask for that I, you know, don't remember. And, you know, so kind of I owe them that song for next time. But there are so many songs that it's just kind of impossible to remember them all. So we do our best.
you know, and I gotta say, us, as we're nothing big, but we're just rinky dinky local, DJ company, and I always get told, when we go play for the Mexican, hey, you got any Michael Salgado? You got anything? Yeah, I got a few of his new stuff. No, 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 no. I want the old stuff. I want the memories. I was like,
Yeah,
okay.
people. Yeah, it's crazy because I guess people. I mean, you can hear a song and it'll take you to a time and a place, every
Yeah,
time. So it's crazy that people I guess they want to hear the old stuff because they go takes them back to that either good or bad time or whatever it was, right?
I
But
thought
it
you
is,
Mando.
yeah. It's funny how that works, but yeah, I mean, Cruz de Maera, like those songs have always been a favorite to the fans.
I think hers is Palomita Blanca. That one's her
Oh
favorite.
yeah, yeah, Palomita. Yeah, Palomita's another one. Cinea's another one that gets a
Oh
lot
my
of
God! Don't
requests.
even.
That was mine and my grandma.
Oh, Cine is like the most requested song as it's that one. Y ya cuando están bien pedos, it's otra vez en la cantina. That one's the one that's like, all right, guys, last call, pero you can't stay. Sabes que you can't go home, and then ahí te vas otra vez en la cantina.
Otra vez. You can't stay here. You can't go home.
You,
Don't
you
stay
don't you
here.
don't gotta go home, but you can't stay here, guys.
Right. No, definitely. I mean, there's a lot of songs that people ask for, and we also recorded El Poporri at Relámpagos, so people really like that Poporri when we do it in the show live, and so it's a lot of great songs out there.
So I mean, so you're coming out with like new cumbias, tejanas and stuff like that,
Right. Yeah, I mean, there's new. Like I said, right now there's like an EP out on all the platforms called Esto es Cumbia. And if you like cumbias, pues that one has 3 cumbias on it. Esa chica me trae, pero no, and si tú me dejaras. So if you just want, a few cumbias, definitely download that song, that EP. But we do have some other material coming around. Always, you always got to include the cumbias in the album CDs, and so we got that. We got some beer drinking songs. I actually redid Entre Cantina y Cantina that Ram recorded.
Yeah, I actually got to hear them because I mean Ram did a pretty good job on that one. Shout outs to Ram, man. Anybody know him? We're so in love.
Yeah, un saludo para el Ram, ¿no? And yeah, I redid that one, but I did it así como balseada, ¿no? So igual, no, it came out así bien llegadora. I thought it came out pretty good, and so I had heard it, a few times. I'm like, well, I think I can do it my style, and so yeah, I mean, it came out great. I talked to the songwriter, and he was kind of like a little standoffish when I was on the phone with him before I told him my name, and then he was like, "Oh yeah, man, I mean, I appreciate you gonna do the song," and so yeah, no solo para él también. The songwriter did a great job on that song, and so that'll be coming out on the new CD as well. We've got some other great rancheras that'll be coming out soon, but yeah, we're getting that together. We're gonna probably get some. We're gonna do the video hopefully soon for Vente Ya, for some of the cumbias that are out right now too. Pero no, we're gonna do that video, Si Tú Me Dejaras, as well. So we've got a few videos to do as well.
Yeah, I mean, so Michael, your musical influence, I don't understand. You like, Ramon Ayala, that old Ramon Ayala. I'm talking Eliseo Robles, Correno
Right.
Reina, that far back Ramon Ayala, when he was in his prime, when the good songs were coming out.
Right.
Who else, was an influence to you, besides, Eliseo's, Ramon, was it, Luis Miguel, Antonio Aguilar, Pedro Infante, those guys going far back?
Man, me pretty much it was pretty straight. It was Ramon, Los Relámpagos. That was pretty much it for me. It's hard to. I mean, I used to hear different type of artists out there like back then. my dad would listen to Agustin Ramirez and Roberto Polido and all these different guys, and so they had some great tunes back then too. And but me, it was just always my music was always Ramon for the most part, And in those times, right, Eliseo, you know, um, all those hits that he had at those times, and lo que es Cornelio, no, los Relámpagos as well. So for me, it was just kind of like a horse, right, that looks just to the front. I mean, that was for me just
But Thomas Park
was,
style.
yeah. That was just my style back then that I listened to pretty much.
So I
Nothing
mean,
else.
you ever thought of, I know Palomo did it back in, the early 2000s, but have you ever tried to, recreate some of the hits, as an album, you singing, you and your group from those Relámpagos,
Well, like I said, we have done some potpourris. We have recorded some. We did those in the 90s, a potpourri, Relámpagos, well, con Tita Mi Sangre. What is it? Ya no llores. It had Me cae la nube, Si tú supieras. And I did an album that came out a few years back. It's called Homenaje a Mis Ídolos, that has a lot of Ramon songs in it that I redid, and some Relámpago songs. So we've done that already. We've done some songs, and there's some here and there that I think of doing, but I just because you get kind of that feedback, like well, you're just trying to copy Ramon and this and that, and
what song, Michael, I would actually like to hear you sing from Eliseo and Ramon Ayala? Lo que seas tú.
Or is it no porque seas tú, right?
Yeah.
Porque no, that one. Oh yeah. I used to do that. Yeah, I used to do that one back in the bar days all the time. We used to play. I mean, when I played the bars, they used to call me Ramon Chiquito, right? Because I used to play all the covers. So, but yeah, we did that song. We did. I think it was No Porque Seas Tú, right? Yeah, that one. We did several. I mean, we did. I did a lot of corridos. I did, Chaparra Mi Amor, Vestida Color de Rosa, Puño de Tierra, Triste Recuerdos, Los Ojos Sin Rumbo. I mean, the list goes on and on, right? I used to do them all. That's pretty much what I used to do back in the day, because I was really into Ramon when Eliseo was with him at the time. I mean, I thought that combination is like the ultimate.
Just, Ramon's playing skills and Eliseo's voice, his voice it's like, holy crap. I mean, and a lot of people still get confused, Ramon Ayala is the name of the artist. He's the name of the group. But Eliseo was the voice and the heart behind the group. Most of the songs, back in the day were his and Correo Reina's during the Relámpago times. And a lot of people are like, no. They're like, Tragos Amargos is Ramon Ayala's song. No, it's not. I mean, a lot of people still don't know that's Eliseo's voice. I'm just saying.
Well, it's Ramon's song, but Eliseo's singing it, right? Eliseo was pretty much a singer for most of his hits.
Yeah.
And so, that's the thing that people don't really notice, and that's pretty much, the way it is. I mean, Ramon is an excellent accordionist and backup vocal, segunda voz, and my respects to him, because he's really a monster at the accordion. I don't know anybody that plays that good like him. But Eliseo, pues una voz única, no? I mean, his voice is like, I mean, we've done shows together and we'll go back and forth, and it's like, I'm just kind of freaked out. Like, I mean, I'm actually on stage with this guy, I was the first time I went up with Ramon. Like, it was just my dream come true, right? I mean, I grew up influenced by
listening to him, and you're on stage with the guy who actually you grew up listening to with your family, your tios, your dad, and you're like, it's starstrucking. You're like, I understand I'm a Tejano Grammy singer, and I'm on stage with a legend. You know, I go
Yeah.
nuts too.
Yeah,
mean,
man, it was a great experience. I mean, if I died tomorrow, I mean, I'd be happy because you know I got to sing with my biggest influence. The other great experience that I experienced because I used to play these songs. I did a little bit of what I think is Tejano, right? I used to play Mafia and Mas on the keyboard, believe it or not, back in the day. I used to play the keyboard and I used to sing like, you know, Este Amor Que Tengo, and I used to do Tú, Solo Tú, and what is it? It's not as there's another cumbia when I recorded Quiero Quiero, right? I used to do that one. Used to do a few. So I did Si Tú Supieras. So I've been able to sing a couple of songs with Oscar La Mafia, right? Un saludo para ellos también. And man, it just hearing the band playing like Si Tú Supieras. When I used to hear that going to work construction at 6 a.m. in my car, it just blows my mind, right? It just I'm on stage with it, and I'm just I get chills, and it's an amazing feeling. I've been able to because I grew up listening to Mafia too, and I forgot to mention that I used to listen to Mafia and some of Mas, and on the Tejano side, I used to listen to Mafia, Mas, like Emilio and Ram. I used to even sing when I used to do my Tejano, little gig there when I was playing in the bars. I used to do Amor Querido, and I've told Ram that. And so there was a few that we used to do. I used to do Borracho de Besos, No por la Fiebre. So there was a few songs that I used to do on the Tejano side that I consider más Tejano.
Mhm.
But those bands like La Mafia, Ramon, Eliseo, it just blew my mind when I was on stage because I got to live my dream. I got to sing with these guys and when I used to listen to them going to work or Ramon. I mean, you're talking every parranda that my dad had or my uncles or Ramon. I used to sit with my dad in the car at 2 a.m. You're talking, I'm 10 years old or whatever. And my dad's talking to me like an adult, he's talking to me about mis tíos and we're listening to Ramon. So I know what it feels like to hear a song and it takes you back to that time. I mean, I hear songs of Ramon that remind me of an uncle who passed away, in 82. And, so the songs take you back to a time for sure.
Yeah. So I mean, we have two questions. One of them is, out of all your songs that you've written and played, which one is absolutely your favorite?
Yeah, that's a tough one. I would have to say probably a couple, right? Because Cruz de Madera, I would have to say is one of my ranchera favorites because it's a song that made me who I am today. Primero Dios, no, gracias a Dios, I am where I'm at today. But that was a song that kind of made me a household name. So on canciones rancheras, no, would have to be Cruz de Madera. Una cumbia would have to be Palomita Blanca, right? Because I still remember the experience of doing Palomita Blanca in the studio. It was una canción tan movida, right? It had a lot of ritmo.
You play that on the dance floor y se mueven todos.
Yeah, it's una cumbia que people really, they get up and dance, and that's the way I was even dancing it in the studio when I recorded it back in, I think it was '96 or something. So those two probably have to be my two favorite songs,
And then the second question is people are asking how old you are. I mean, come on.
Well, right. If you must know, I'm 25. No, I'm actually turned 49 this year. So
Llamero para la fiesta que no.
Ya mero. So, pero como dice el dicho, vieja la tierra, ¿no?
Ajá.
So I'm still working and trucking it, and I mean, I had quite a scare there a couple years ago with my strokes, and thank God, I mean, they got that that organized, got that fixed. And good thing is, it was nothing having to do with high blood pressure, with diabetes, with anything, eating wrong, or because at the time I was working out every day, going to the gym, eating right. And I guess, what I had kind of happens to, I mean, they said it was like 10% of the population. Like I had an opening in my heart, and
a murmur.
and so I guess, I mean, they call it a PFO closure that they had to do, right? And so when I first got my first stroke, I was in Michigan. I think I was in up north, right? I don't remember, trying to remember where in Michigan, up there somewhere. And first song, Palomita Blanca, and it was, packed house, and we were just, got on stage. I was fine, and then I started singing, and then I saw this flash of light in my eye, right? And then I got super dizzy. So I thought, because I was wearing ear monitors, because some years prior to that I had gotten vertigo, so it kind of messed up, where your balance gets kind of messed up in your ears. So I thought that's what I had gotten, right? It was vertigo. Maybe the music was too loud, and I messed up kind of my equilibrium in my ears. So, but no matter how much I tried, I just couldn't go back on stage. I was starting getting nauseous. And then from that point on, I was just kind of just vomiting the whole night through. People were pissed, and they were, what the hell, he's drunk. And then that just wasn't the case, right? Then later on, I went to the emergency. They did, they did some tests. And I said, well, I think I got vertigo. And they said, well, maybe that's what you have, because we don't see anything, which was odd, right? Then I go back home, and I talk to my ENT doctor, my ear and throat doctor, and he said, well, I said, I guess I got vertigo. I got sick, and he gave me same pills I got some years ago. Said, take these, you should be good. But I still felt like the dizziness, right, off balance. Even after I took them, and they should have worked. So a month later, I'm playing in New Mexico, last song there. Same thing happens again, but I get kind of numb on the left side, right? And I'm like, well, I get super dizzy again. Then I said, well, it's probably the vertigo again. The ambulance came, checked me, and they said, everything's good. Your blood, everything's pressure's good. We can't make you go to the emergency. I said, no, I probably got vertigo. I'll check it with my doctor when I get back. So I still left, went home, but I still had that numbness feeling, right? The tingling.
Yeah.
So then I get home, go to the emergency room here in San Antonio, and they did a CT or a CAT scan on my brain, and they said, well, it looks like you got a stroke. So imagine me, the shock. I was like, a stroke? I mean, what are you talking about?
I'm healthy. I'm good. No.
Yeah.
This a doctor. No.
It doesn't
Yeah, and so
I have a stroke.
Yeah, no. She had a stroke.
Yeah.
A couple
Really?
Yeah.
And so, they said, but it is strange because I was like 45, 46 at the time. They said, you're kind of young, and this normally happens to people in their 60s, 70s, and your blood's good. You don't have no sugar problems. You don't have nothing. So we're going to do some more tests. And I was there about a week, and they said, well, all we can see is this opening in your heart, but it isn't it's not a very big opening. So, just we'll see. We're going to kind of keep a watch on you and test you. They finally let me go after a week. That's when I was supposed to do the Palomino Fest.
Yeah.
And I was in the hospital. So finally let me go. Then I go home, and I rest for a little while. And so then after that, 6 months pass, and I'm in Austin, Texas for a show. And I'm doing my first set, fixing to finish my first set there. And I get that same feeling again. I said, oh, I know this feeling, right? So I told my daughter, hey, well, I think something's going on. And luckily, there was a hospital like 2 blocks down, right? So I go there, and finally I didn't get to make the second set, right, again. Kind of felt bad about that. And so they come in the next day, and they said, well, it looks like you got another stroke. I was like, again? I was like, I was pretty frustrated and kind of angry, I was like, what's going on? I mean, and so there they kind of checked everything and they said, well, based on your records, looks like, yeah, you're going to need a PFO closure. We go in there, we put like a mesh in your heart where there's no more blood clots or anything. And you know, and kind of stop that from happening again to you. And well, thank God, ever since then, you know, I've been good. And because he said, once we do this, you should be good, you know. And it's, I mean, it doesn't happen to everybody, but you know, this happened to you, and that's how we. And I tell you what, they did that procedure, and the next day I had a show in
No, hombre. You know, andas tú como los carros viejos, una tune-up y ahí te vas.
Yeah. I had a show in Corpus, but I still felt kind of weak. So I went ahead and went and did the show, but I was kind of sitting. I had 2 shows that weekend, so I kind of did them on kind of a stool, you know. And people were kind of amazed, like, what is he doing here, you know? And so I did them, you know. I felt kind of tired, I guess, just because of the whole. I mean, it really tires you out for a while. And so gracias a Dios, now finally I can say, knock on wood, that I really don't have those residuals anymore, because that's the only thing that I was left with, thank God, was the residuals of feeling dizzy. And now it's completely gone away, as the neurologist told me that it would go away after time. And it did. And so, you know, pero gracias a Dios was doing well, and you know, I feel like I'm at least 30 at least, but you know, it is what it is.
I mean, you can feel as young as you want, but your age is never gonna fail.
Yeah.
But
vieja la tierra.
Yeah. That too. But we got 2 questions. You know, someone's asking, when's your birthday? You know,
April 5th actually just kind of passed not too long ago.
Here we go.
On
April 5th. Now our next question is kind of a biggie. You know, based off of, you know, your cumbia side. Now, you know, do you take like samples from like people like Celso Piña, Aniceto Molina, you know, guys like that, you know, cumbia colombiana?
No, not really. We just kind of do our own. We put our own flavor to the songs. On these cumbias that we recently recorded, I have a different drummer now, so he plays a little different. So definitely, he gave it another
boost.
You know, yeah, he gave it another style. Like it has a real nice traditional style to it.
Yeah,
and I think people liked it, and I definitely liked it when I heard him play cumbias. That was a big plus, you know, advantage there. So you know, but no, I mean, we just always do our own thing on that as far as on the songs, make them ours.
Right on. I mean, coming up, knowing that, you know, you're probably going to be touring again. So, you know, would you be touring with anybody, or you're going to just go solo?
Well, you know, sometimes they always place us with somebody, or we wind up performing with somebody. So it may go either way, you know, but most of the time, you know, I headline most of the shows where we go, and then they're normally place a package, or we do our own show, or we wind up doing something with someone else. So just depends on every show.
So, you know, as of, you know, from the old days in 107.5, when they were jamming you on a Friday morning with DJ Jammin' J Hobby, you know, his little cumbia session, and Michael had like 2 or 3 songs in there somehow snuck in, you know, who would you, you know, like to perform now with, you know, that's still performing in the Tejano world?
Well, you know, I'm glad to say that I've kind of performed with almost everybody throughout these years. And gracias a Dios, no, that I've had the opportunity to work with all these bands. I'm not real sure that there's a band that I haven't performed with, to be honest with you. We've done one thing or another with somebody right down the road. So, but it's definitely been great to be able to do that with all these different bands. Even on the norteño side, you know, Ramon, we've done things with Tigres, we've done things with Temerarios, we've done things with Tucanes, we've done things with let me see who else it was. We've done things on the banda side, you know, like I'm trying to remember his name. We conocido el Coyote, no, all those guys.
Oh,
So we've done from bien mexicano, to tejano, pretty much all the bands, gracias a Dios.
now, I mean, now knowing that there's a lot of, new cumbia artists coming out, would you ever think about collabing with them? I'm just gonna say, I'm just gonna throw a few ones I know out there, como Eric, Masore, La Tropa Estrella, would you ever collab with them on a song?
Sure, I mean that'd be kind of cool to do something, and like right now I'm working with a writer that's so traditional type of sound, and I mean definitely be cool. I've tried to do some things collabing, and not everybody is. What happens, I think, is people have different projects going on, and so
I mean, I know
so sometimes people,
you did
yeah,
that one
people
with
are
Elida.
right. That one worked out really great. I mean, people still love that song, Quedemos como amigos, and uh, I've done a collab with Eliseo. He actually was a featured artist on my 20 aniversario, and he did Otra vez a la cantina with me, and that's on that CD 20 aniversario that came out with all my hits. That one has all my country songs too. Also, Fito Olivares played the sax for Palomita Blanca on that album too. Diana Reyes, who is more on the banda side, we also collabed on a banda song together on that album. I'm trying to think if there's someone else
I'm
that I
still
did something with.
shocked you collabed with El Coyote. I mean, man,
Yeah.
that's taking me back to my high school days. I haven't heard not one song out of El Coyote in years, and knowing you got to collab with him is shocking to me, man. I remember when
Yeah, we did stuff with El Recodo also, Huracanes, man, so many bands. I mean, a lot of bands on the norteño side, like on the Tejano side, pretty much we've kind of worked with everybody, big artists, and we did a lot of shows with Tigres del Norte. Great gentlemen, those chavos, top of the world, and they're as humble as you can be, Those gentlemen, mi respetos para ellos, All the guys that are legends today is how the new guys should be in the business.
future. Yeah.
Yeah, because these guys, Ramon, Eliseo, all these guys, great people, and you know why they're legends because of the way they are. I mean, just people, te tratan como gente y no se creen acá muy, estrellas, and that's what's great.
Yeah, I mean, knowing that you like the corridos too, I didn't know you liked the corridos, but would you ever think about doing la de Banda Carro Rojo?
Yeah, I mean, I thought about that too, but like maybe doing it again, because I know Ramon did it back in the day, and you're talking about Salieron de San Isidro, Procedente de Tijuana.
There you go.
Yeah, so that one we've messed around with, and it sounds really good, but we're also working on, so I may throw it in there because we're going to work on a corrido CD again to put it on my album, on my label. I mean,
that's
and
the
so
one
I think
we keep pit right there. That's the one that's going to be playing a las una, a las dos, a mejor el cuarto de la mañana.
toda la noche. Oh. Yeah. So we're working on that. I'm thinking of doing. I'd like to do one day. It's still my goal is to do a full mariachi album too.
Vicente style, or como like Los Temerarios did back in the day.
Well, I think more like the Cornelio style, or I'm not sure. We kick it around. What I would do. I don't know that I would go too modern, style. I like more the traditional, así más llegador, and more tear jerker type of style, right?
Like
kind of
like his Pepe Aguilar style, como así na.
Well, Pepe's still more modern than me, right? And I love it. I love his stuff. He's got a great voice, and I think he's a little bit more today, and like Otra vez a la cantina, that kind of style, there was more more traditional, I guess you could
Yeah.
say. But I don't know. I mean, I might try different things, but I want to do like aquellos ojitos verdes con que encienderán paseando.
Okay. Kind of like, what Intocable did with, Ojos Bonitos. Kind of
Well,
how
I
they
want to
did it.
do. Yeah, I'm not sure how they did that one, but uh, ojitos verdes. I want to do it like the traditional, like Antonio Aguilar did.
Yeah.
That's why I want to do that one, right? So it's just different songs, but yeah, I think you pick the right type of songs that people know, and you do them well. I think it'd be a successful, you know, album. So I've got different projects, and right now it's kind of the time to do it. I guess as soon as the studio's open,
Oh, man.
because we've got a lot of things that are coming up.
Yes. I mean, guys, if you ever want to listen to Michael's music, I know you can find him on Spotify because I do. You can
That's
you can
right.
find him on Pandora, YouTube for sure. I don't know, Michael, is
YouTube,
your stuff on Apple Music already?
definitely. Yeah,
You
Apple.
check him
On
out
all
on
the
Apple Music.
It's on all the platforms. Yeah, whatever your favorite platform is, we're most likely to be there.
So I mean, you want to jam out to Michael? It's 2, 3 o'clock in the morning. Make your own little circle in the dance floor.
That's right.
Where to go?
Let's do it.
So someone's asking me, have you ever collabed or sang or thought of singing with Shelly Lattice?
I have, and but we done it live. We actually did a country song. Which one is it? I think it came out on that movie Country Strong. Give In to Me. I think we did it. We did that in Dallas, and so yeah, Shelly's great, and we've done a lot of shows together actually in Dallas area, and it's crazy because I remember opening up for Shelly. I think back in '95 when Cusamara just came out. She was doing Dallas, and it was our first kind of debut out there, and yeah, Shelly was playing out there, and I think we opened up for her, which is kind of cool, and so yeah, now she does a lot of shows with me in the Dallas area and different areas, and just great people. She's good people. Her mom, everybody. I knew her dad before he passed away. May he rest in peace. And they're all great people. We text each other every once in a while.
Yeah, no, the only reason why I was asking you about, your song with Elida, because I have a good friend here where I live, and him and Elida happen to be the best of friends. I'm talking, se va a la casa de ella, and he's over there live recording her, su papá, bailando a Ruben Naranjo, and I was like, man.
Oh, yeah.
I was like, it must be nice, and knowing that Michael lives over here close to Medina Lake, I would be like, hey, could you sign my hat?
Yeah. Well, yeah, también like Elida, pues I've known her for years también. I mean, I remember going to El Dorado Ranch when estaba El Dorado Ranch in Houston. Mm-hmm. She was playing when I was out doing promotion. We started in, I remember his name was David Silva. I don't know, I'm hoping he's still alive today. And but he took me out to the road first. He said, well, I'm going to tell you, I don't know how the Tejano radios are going to accept your music because you're more acá más norteño with accordion, right? But Joey's had a goal to break me in the Tejano market,
Yeah.
And so they said, we're going to break accordion because back then it was a big time keyboard, that style was.
Yeah, it was kind of, they had the trumpets, they had the, the sax, keyboards, that was Tejano, we're talking Roberto, John Lopez,
it was dominating the radio waves, right? So I started coming out and doing, so he was telling me, right, hey, but, this is going to, I don't know how they're going to accept the music or not, but, we're going to give it a go. That's what the company wants to do. And it's crazy how it just kind of blew up as I would do radio, the phone lines would light up and people were just, who's this guy, Ramon? At first they thought they were saying, oh, Ramon Ayala, right? I was like, no, this guy's 22 years old. And I was about 22 at the time. And they're like, man, he sounds like an older guy and his voice. And so people, the radio would ask them, just kind of teasing people like, hey, well, how old do you guys think this guy is? He's like, well, he's about 35, 40, and they're like, no, this guy's 22. And so people were kind of shocked when they saw me live, right? But anyways, going back to Ellie, I remember doing radio in Houston area. She was already playing, all those songs, Luna Llena, I think, or maybe it was before that. And she had all those hits back in the day, right? And she was already playing El Dorado Ranch. And I didn't get to meet her. David wanted to go there and said, well, let's go there. There's a Tejano band playing out here. And I said, okay, cool. We went out there. And I remember seeing her there. She was performing there at the time. And I may have met her. Maybe David introduced me to her. But also, Ellie, I've known her for years. And had the opportunity to meet all the artists that have been out there in the time, and great people. Emilio, que en paz descanse, was always very good people. Good people. Actually, my wife, that's her cousin, actually. So we're kind of like primos in a way, right? And
so you and Raulito too.
Yeah.
Yeah, we see Raulito every year at the Strawberry Festival. It never fails. I'll see him. Hey, Raulito. Hey, buddy. ¿Cómo está? You know how he gets, He's like the happiest person in the world. Even knowing, his brother had passed, he was still trying to keep a smile on people's faces, It shocked me.
Yeah, and that's the way Emilio was all the time, too. Like, every time I saw him, hey, Nico, how you doing? And
yeah.
Great person. I mean, we lost a great artist and a great person, because he was, remember the last show I did with him was in Lubbock, Texas. We actually sang a song together, and they were Ramas Mezquita, one of those. And so I got to collab with Emilio también. And so, it's been a grand road, it's been a road of really fulfilling dreams,
Yeah, I mean, I got a response right here on our YouTube page, saying that when you played, I think it was when, Primo Ricky was still with you, my sister and mom, my jefita, my sister, my whole family went to your show when you played down there in Carrizo. I don't know whether it was in Crystal City Ballroom or you played the Patron Ballroom. Either way, I don't remember where it was. But she actually has your autograph on a hat.
Oh, yeah. We used to do a place out there in, I don't know if it's Carrizo Springs, I think. There used to be a place out there this gentleman owned out there. I don't know.
You're talking about Bears Ballroom.
Yeah, Bears, wasn't it?
Bears.
Bears.
Man, that's old. Now you're making me feel old, man.
I tell you, vieja la tierra.
It's like, man, I haven't. When Bears fell down, they turned it into a bowling alley, and then that fell out, and then they turned it into an oil field company. No, but it was never the same. And then we had the Royal Palace. That was actually good, for quinceañeras, bodas, and stuff like that. And then eventually the guy bought it, but, he was bringing in bands from, like, Nuevo Laredo over here. He was bringing, like, La Misión Colombiana and, bands like that. And I was like, hey, well, this is a Tejano town. They want to hear some Tejano?
Right. And I remember doing a Royal Palace, but it's just not what it used to be anymore out there. I mean, I've done some shows, but I'm not sure if the crowd started changing what they're listening to out there or something, because I mean the audience attendance is just not the same anymore.
Yeah, well, hopefully, I mean, if you get to play the Strawberry Festival this year, Michael, ahí viene el cumpleaños de la señora. She wants a shout out. Her birthday's coming up in July. So, I mean, if they let you, they sign you up to, like, do the Strawberry Festival or whatever, she's like, hey, well, can I get a shout out?
Yeah. Happy birthday to her. Happy birthday.
I was like,
upcoming birthday anyways.
I would have to Instagram him, and I don't know, he's a busy person.
No, that's what I've been doing, a lot of that now. I think a lot of people hit me up for birthday shout outs or mañanitas. So,
no le digas, because my mom's listening, and then she's going to tell me, hey, mijo, can you have Michael call me on my birthday? No.
No. Yeah, normally nowadays I've got to do one later, a birthday also for someone's daughter who wants palomita blanca too. So
Ah,
it's all good.
no quiere nada, no quiere la palomita blanca.
¿Verdad? Eso.
Pero I mean, so I mean, your success, it's everything you've ever dreamed about. You know, the family, everything's good.
Definitely everything's been going great. Gracias a Dios. Most importantly, well, we're still healthy, and that's what's important nowadays,
Yeah.
is to stay healthy and to stay safe, and we're just doing what we need to do so far to kind of stay in that. Like I said, my little girls are, one is 2 and my other one is 9 months, so I got to do what I can to keep them safe and healthy, and
La escuela.
we're all good,
La escuela.
La escuela otra vez. I thought I was done
Hey,
with that.
hey, but think about it. You could still be touring, and it'll pay for the college.
That's true. No,
Yeah.
but I just want to say thank you a lot, man. I appreciate
Hey,
inviting me to your
actually,
show, brother.
thank you for actually coming on here. I mean, you're a big time deal, down here with us. Your name is on the Tejano Billboard charts. You're everywhere, and
Thank you.
for small town people like us, nobody's practically having you on our radio podcast. It's just our way of getting out. Is a big deal for us.
Well, I'm glad you invited me, and I appreciate it.
Hey, no problem,
And
man.
hopefully we'll get out there soon, man. You guys take care, and we'll be in touch soon, I guess.
Yeah, I mean, so guys, this is the end of the Angels and Outlaws show. We had the Tejano Grammy Award winner, Michael Salgado, on our show. Big shout outs to him for even coming on here. So we'll see you
No,
guys
definitely.
next
Thank you.
week. Bye, guys.
Thank you.